What's up, everybody? Welcome to the morning movie chat. I hope you're all having a very good day today. Here we are, man. It's Monday. Man, Monday already, man. Can you believe the weekend already flown by, let alone this month? Can you believe it? It's already the 22nd. Man, I'm telling you, it seems like we just started June and we're already getting ready to enter July. Dang, man. Dang, of course, I think at the beginning of the month, wasn't I confused by a week also? Remember, I thought that Monday, that second Monday was the first Monday, but it was the second Monday, not the first Monday. Dude, that's how, yeah, I know. That's how crazy that it's been. I know, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. I hope you're all having a very good day today. Yeah, it started, I don't know. Did I start right on time? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I hope you're all having a very good day today. Yeah, just some things, I would have started a little bit earlier, but I wanted to get everything reset because, sometimes like when I switch stuff up in Streamlabs, it all gets all like the thing starts running all glitchy. So I have to reboot it and everything. And that's what I did. So thank you all so much for being here today. And before I really get into the chats and say what's up to everybody, I want to say one thing before we really get into the stream. And I just want to say, Josh, my stream's not going to be all about you today. All right. Contrary to popular belief, you think that I care so much about your opinions, I'm going to talk about them the whole hour because you have bad takes just like Adam does. In case you don't know, my thing is I talk about LB from the Lonely Banter all the time. All my videos are about him. So calm down. Check your privilege. I'm just kidding. I hope you're all having a very good day today. No, but seriously, he was talking about the masks in theaters today and things like that. And hey, man, the one thing I always say when it comes to the masks and everything going on in society, we know how everything's going. It's really up to you. My thing is for everybody is your level of comfort going out into the world. Whatever your thing is, you do what you need to do to safeguard yourself and your family and your loved ones. If you feel going out to the theater isn't your thing, don't go out to the theater. If you feel going to the theater is your thing, but you want to wear a mask, go to the theater and wear a mask. It's really all up to you. The only thing I say is, and this is where, people always, get their, they're talking about their rights and all that stuff. And, the thing is, like, don't expect others to do, to cater to your needs and what you want. That's just not how the world works in most cases and stuff like this. Now if the theater makes you wear it, you either go to the theater or you don't. If they make me wear one, I'm not gonna go. Now the thing is with the silly rules, like I said, if you're eating food or anything like that, like Josh said, I'm gonna just be eating food the whole time. Yeah, I don't even eat popcorn at the theater anymore, but yeah, I'll buy some popcorn. I'll be sitting there eating one kernel at a time. Yeah, that's right, I will, and I'll sip my water. Yeah, I will. No, but really, that's how it should be. You do whatever your level of comfort going out into the world is, and I think that's kind of what a lot of places are doing at this point. Places that don't have the mask requirements, stuff like that. Hey, like I said, you do you. That's the most important thing. But anyway, guys, I hope you're all having a very good day today. Yeah, we're going to talk about some comic books. We're going to talk a little bit about some comic book drama going on in the world, and this is where I really want to hear from you guys with some of these things going on out there. Now, some of them, I really have to look into to the story more about what happened, but it's really neither here nor there when you get into the part that I want to discuss with you guys. Okay, that I want to hear your input on. Okay. So let's see. We got Stephen J here says, Trinity, do you sell Marvel Legends action figures at your shop? I don't have a shop, but I believe at I'm not sure if I think they have those at my local comic shop because they do have a lot of action figures and stuff like that. You can go back and check out some of my reviews. I've done tours through the shop and everything, and I have some of that on there. Maybe I'll see. Maybe I'll do that again. Maybe I'll do that again soon. Do some sweeps through the shop. So maybe pay attention this Wednesday on my live stream on Wednesday morning. I'll see if I can get in there and do some sweeps across the shop, show you some of the action figures and things like that. But they do have all kinds of action figures there. They do. And I'm pretty sure I've seen some of the legends there. I'm pretty sure. World's Famous, thank you so much for being here. And yes, World's Famous, about your question about where do you want to start in comic books, I believe like Josh said, just kind of, just decide what do you want? What interests you? If you're wanting to read a current comic book, go find like something that, if you like Captain America, go to Captain America. If you like Batman, there's a lot of titles with Batman in there. If you like Spider-Man, same thing. A lot of titles. Just find what you like. You know, find what interests you and go from there. Or you can even get on some of the digital services like Marvel Unlimited. If you like Marvel books, you can get on there. Go to Marvel Unlimited for 1 month. You pay like I think $9.99, and you can read the unlimited amount of books, current and past. So you can kind of dive into whatever you need. The only thing is, if you're wanting like single floppies, you know, you probably gonna have to go with current stuff because a lot of it, I mean, you'll find back issues out there, but finding specific ones might be a little bit harder. You have to go diving through long boxes and stuff like that. E equals MCU. Thank you so much for being here. Star Wars Santa, Scruffy your nerf herder. Man, how are there already people chatting here? Nobody press that like button. Shame. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here, Scruffy your nerf herder. Oh man, see, yeah. I liked it before Trinity started talking. Seems legit. Captain Pennsylvania. We got to get together and talk soon, bro. We're seriously, we're gonna get some people together. We're gonna have some conversations. We'll kind of get into some of that maybe today. Steve Denton, thank you for being here. The Kid Reed Den of Nerds Live. We in here. Mike Porter, Hector Figueroa, Brian O'Connor. Aloy says, second stream, hey, left EVS's stream for this. Oh, is EVS streaming? I didn't know. Like, see, I'm not subscribed to Caps, but I do occasionally stop by there and check out his streams and stuff like that, some of his videos and things like that. The thing is just like, for one, it's just like a lot of channels out there. Like, there's a lot of channels that, like, I don't mind their videos. I just don't watch enough of them. They don't put out enough consistent content that I like watching. So it's not really worth me subscribing to. And plus they're bigger channels, so they're easier to find. It's a lot of the smaller channels that I like being subscribed to, you know, when I see stuff going on. But yeah, no, I'll have to go check that out. Crazed Panda, thank you so much for being here. Hector, Figueroa, Maverick Pilgrim, Jonathan Velasquez, Anthony Monsanto, Jeff Blanton, how are you doing? Spider-Man Show, Wookie in the house. RC Scott says, I hate my job. Oh man, Den of Nerds Live is dabbing. I hate your job here. Trinity has that energy. Trinity is a comic book character. He's a hero, not an anti-hero. Ooh, I do my best. LB is here. Oh, he must have heard me talking about him. Talk about me for an hour. Oh man. Oh, see, oh yeah, I got Goku. Yeah, he's half tan right now. Like he's half person of color, half not. Okay, is that a heartogram? No heartograms. What do it look like? Some softy? No, man, that's a thraxogram. That's anthrax. Yeah, anthrax. It's a thraxogram. No heartograms. No Wiccans. To each their own, though. Wayne White says, hi, guys. I mean, he says, hi, guys. Oh, man, that's funny. Wu-Tang Wells, I accidentally blocked you. If you're here, I think I fixed it. Oh, dang, man. What you... feeling pretty dangerous today. Might drop somebody out of tower tonight. Nice. Is there a Punisher Batman emoji? You know what? Maybe we need to come up with, if somebody can come up with a Punisher Batman emoji, when I launch my memberships here on the channel, I will put that in there as one of the emojis. Smashed like my cheeseburger last night. I did hear you talk about, I knew it. I thought that was Bart Simpson. Looks like he went Super Saiyan White. Can't wait for Santa's video. Yeah. The interview's gonna be good. And guys, there's a tweet. Go check it out. I shared it on my Twitter. You can follow it, you know, at Second Street Marvel. I shared where Santa asked for your input. If you have any questions that you want to ask this author that he's going to be interviewing. Oh man, again, what was her name? I forget. She just wrote a book called Star Wars: The Last Jedi Supreme Squadron Supreme. Yeah. You should definitely go. I shared it just yesterday. Go check it out. I don't know. I didn't post a whole lot yesterday, so you'll easily find it. But yeah, make sure you go check it out. Bold of you to disrespect Bam Margera with that heartogram diss. Ooh, who? I'm kidding. I think I know who that guy is. He's one of the Jackass guys, right? Yeah. Yeah, is it, but isn't the Heartogram, wasn't that like something with to do with a band or something like that? I don't know, man. Elizabeth Wine, yes. Cobalt Squadron, I was close, I was close. Squadron Supreme, that's close. Cobalt Squadron, Cobalt is close to Supreme, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Anyway, guys, so let's go ahead and get into this. We got where are we at here? All right. We need to get into this right here. We got comic books coming out this week. We got Thor issue number 5 on Marvel Comics, guys. I can't wait to read this one. It seems like it's been a while, so it almost makes me wonder if I want to read it. And I probably should have started this list all over again and everything like that. But Thor issue number 5 finally coming out. You know, it seems like it's been a while. It's being written by Donny Cates. This should be. I'm guessing this is probably going to be the last story in this first story arc. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna go 6 issues for this first story arc. I don't know. But it's actually been pretty decent so far. This one right here is on Boom Studios Comics. This is Once and Future. I believe this is issue number 8. Is it issue number 8 already coming out? Once and Future has been a very good story. It's been written by Kieran Gillen with art by Dan Mora, colors by Tamara Bonavillin. This, like, what you're seeing there on this cover is kind of really what you get in the book. Beautiful art. Beautiful art. And it's been a pretty good story. As you know, it's just like just kind of, you know, they're going out there. These people brought back to life King Arthur, and they got the Sir Galahad. Like, it's really like supernatural kind of crazy stuff. Like imagine like almost like imagine like Army of Darkness. It's very much that, except for this guy's a weenie and his grandma's a badass. I know what some of you are thinking right now, okay? I know what some of you are thinking right now. But it's a good book, okay? Ooh, this one right here, Red Border, AWA Upshot. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to have a video coming out instead of the live stream talking about AWA Upshot, guys. This weekend, I spent the whole weekend in the Axelverse. And this is Axel Alonso's thing. You know, he used to be the editor in chief over at Marvel and everything. He started this AWA Upshot with a few other people. They got a bunch of people coming together. Red Border is about these people who had basically snitched to the Mexican government about this cartel, and the cartel is out to kill them. They end up sneaking across the border into America, and they get into a lot of trouble. Well, they ended up getting saved by this kind of hillbilly there in Texas, and him and his family, they were so hospitable. They brought these Mexicans into their house, and they are about to chop them up and eat them. It's a pretty crazy story what's going on here. The character, like some of the characters in here, like the hillbilly character in here that lives in Texas, kind of reminds me of Brad Pitt. I don't know, just if you ask me. They put a lot of those characters in their books. Ooh, Absolute Comic Books, or Absolute Comics Group, White Widow issue number 4, guys. I just got done reading this. This hits shelves. Should be hitting local comic book shelves at this Wednesday, but I got a chance to read this one. I'm a little confused because I got it last week. The writers, they sent me a copy of this. I'm going to be doing a review on this. I've enjoyed the White Widow series, and the thing is, like, these guys, they're small, like, independent guys. They do a lot of like the Kickstarters, the Indiegogo kind of stuff to fund a lot of their stuff. So they're a little bit. They're a little bit harder to find. They do still get some distribution through Diamond. Obviously, with everything going on with the pandemic, they weren't able to get, like, this was supposed to come out, I think, back in like February. I don't know. I can't remember exactly when this was supposed to come out, but there was just a lot of things going on. Obviously, we know with the pandemic and everything going on, they had problems getting that out. But White Widow issue number 4, it was actually really good. I want to see more of the universe that they've got going on over there at the Absolute Comics Group with that series. Now, another one right here, Year Zero issue number 2 on AWA Upshot. Guys, this is another one written by Benjamin Percy. What's going on here is we see this kind of, we're getting these stories of 4 different people in this post-apocalyptic world. That's kind of what is going on in the Axelverse, if you will. And what we see here is these 4 different stories of these people as their lives are probably going to intersect after this virus hit, and you see like these people just like went crazy and like killed themselves, almost like that anti-life equation in the DC yeah, you know what I'm talking about, in Deceased. Really cool stuff going on over here in year zero as well. And I think kind of what released this was there was this researcher. She was in like uh, up at the North Pole digging, and she found like this caveman. As they were, he ended up melting, and I think that's kind of what put this stuff out into the air, and that's what she was researching. Crazy stuff, very good stuff. Right here on IDW Comics, issue number 2 of the Clone Wars Battle Tales. Guys, I don't read a whole lot of Star Wars here on the channel, but this one I'm reading because it's Michael Morisi. I enjoy a lot of his writing. He does a pretty good job, and I don't know. So I support what he does. I'm gonna check this out and read it. Now I know he's actually written some other stories with some of the IDW Star Wars comics as well. I haven't checked all of those out, but again, I don't know that I've seen him really plug a lot of those when I'm following him on Twitter. But yeah, this will be coming out this week. These books were originally supposed to be releasing week after week after week. Like it's supposed to be, I think there's 4 or 5 of them supposed to be releasing in consecutive weeks. But obviously, we know with everything going on, that's not quite how it worked out. But I thought issue number 1 it was okay. You know, we seen there was a little bit of backstory about Anakin and Rex in there, just kind of when they were getting to know each other when they first worked together. Ooh, Justice League. What is this? Issue number 47. Issue number 47 of Justice League. Guys, I don't read much DC. I'm gonna pick this one up. I know I didn't get a chance to read 46 because at my LCS they were sold out of it the other week, so I didn't get a chance to read it. So maybe I'll see if they can get it in. You know, I'll just have them order it and get it in a few weeks. But guys, I've enjoyed. Again, this one is being written by Robert Venditti, who has done a great job writing Hawkman. Guys, if you want a cool hero, go read Hawkman. I'm telling you, what Robert Venditti has been doing with this character has been phenomenal. Like it's made me want to go back and read like a lot of the Hawkman, the series and everything, like all the past series and stuff, to learn more about the character because it's good. Because Robert Venditti has been doing a good job tying up a bunch of loose ends and really making a lot of arcs, I guess, into one story. Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay, this one right here is one we're going to be talking about here in just a minute, just a little bit more. We got Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham. I love Peter Porker. Peter Porker is cool. I've got some of the original series that came out back in the, I think it was the like the late 80s of Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham. I have like 3 of them, 2, 3, maybe 4 of them of the original series of Peter Porker. So I've been picking up this series. This is issue number 5. I believe this is the last in this series, but this I don't know. I'm a couple of issues behind. I think I read the first issue and a half. And admittedly, I'm behind on it. I mean, come on, guys, it's Peter Porker. So you know, it's not of the highest importance to read this book, but also it's Peter Porker. You know, it's just fun, stupid, silly humor. You know, and that's what it is. You know, you just like it for what it is. And but the first issue and a half I did quite enjoy. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Star Wars Bounty Hunters issue number 3. Man, it's been a while. Seems like it's been a while. And where's that Darth Vader? Where's Star Wars Darth Vader? Isn't issue number 3 supposed to be coming out soon too, man? Like they are way behind. Like, and this is something we're going to talk a little bit more about here in just a minute. This Marvel thing with the release schedule. Last week they didn't release any new comics. And don't, you know, I know somebody out there is going to say it. I know somebody out there is going to say, oh, well, what do you mean? They released some digital comics out there last week. Don't count. Don't count. Okay? We talked about this here. Because several of them, are series they canceled mid-arc. Like they did that. What was it? Was it Rescue? I think was it Rescue and the other one that they did where they did that. And they just did it digital. Where some things, like, you guys know how much I've talked about it. I've talked about that Hawkeye Free Fall and how they canceled it on the very last issue, and they want me to buy the digital comic book for the same price that I would the floppy. And then they expect me to not do that, release trade paperback, or you know I could wait 6 months and read it for free. It's not free on Marvel Unlimited, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing, but. The thing is, they ended this thing on the very last issue. On the very last issue, they didn't put it out. Okay, Spider-Gwen. They started putting it out on digital only. Mid-arc. Like last couple issues are just going direct to digital. They've done this with several other titles. Mid-arc. If it was the end of the arc, like it was already over, you know, like they just started a new arc. You know, like say they did it 1 through 10. They already had 2 volumes out, and they started issue 11. Sure, fine. But you stop mid arc, right? You stop mid arc. Well, Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham, is on issue number 5, and it's coming out in a print copy. Are you telling me that Peter Porker is selling better than Spider-Gwen? Selling better than Ant-Man? Some of these others that they apparently, this is another one I didn't realize neither. The Cosmic Ghost Rider, Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. This one went to digital as well. But Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham, carries on. I guess Zeb Wells had to get one of them, you know, finish out one of them. You know, like, okay, well, okay, Zeb, we'll let this finished series out in print, but your other series, nah. Seriously? the little piggy beat out the Ant-Man. He beat out Spider-Gwen. He beat out Ironheart. Rescue? Because Rescue didn't Rescue only come out in digital? Or is Ironheart one they're still doing print? I can't remember how they did that one, but yeah, isn't that weird? What gives? Spectacular Spider-Ham. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, because they did also cancel the Spider-Gwen series. They did this thing, you know, and put this letter in there in the last issue of Spider-Gwen saying Gwensel's down. It was pretty funny. You should. I'm not sure if you guys like your boy Zach. The dude cracks me up. I don't agree with everything he says, but he just has a funny demeanor. If you don't like him, hey, I get it. But he did a video talking about Gwensel's down just yesterday, and I was laughing. It had me laughing. But I actually stopped pulling the Spider-Gwen series. I was actually pulling it. I think I went through issue number 6. Issue number 6 I only bought because it was a cover buy. Okay, I bought it because the cover. Hey, I'll admit it. It was a cover buy. So so it you know, it ended as well. But all these, you know, some of these series coming to an end, and that's just the kind of thing, you know, I've been talking about here on the channel. You know, like it doesn't have to end. They could continue it. They already put it to digital. It probably takes a little bit less in digital, but you know, why not have some of them print and then just put them in trade paperbacks? I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is you ending on the middle of the arc. I don't know. Is it just me? Sometimes I feel like I'm being like a baby about this whole thing. You know what I mean? Like the other day when I was joking with Adam on his stream the other day, I said Adam is a toxic man, baby. I'm not trying to be that way about this, but sometimes I sit there and like, I kind of feel like I'm beating this thing to death at the same time. You know what I mean? But it is kind of a big deal, is it not? I mean, with the state that the comic book industry is in, you go and you do some stuff like this just in the middle of everything. You stop publishing books. Comic books started coming out again. We're behind on stuff. You're not just releasing them. You giving them us 1 week, skipping a week, giving them another week, skipping a week, giving them another week. We just need the comic books. You should have kept everything going. All these creators, half of them work from home anyway. Who were they hurting by putting pencils down? You! You, Marvel, the company that told them to put pencils down is who they hurt. Is who it hurts. They could have kept on doing their stuff. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below about this. About the whole Spider-Ham. We got Spider-Ham continuing on print. He ends his arc. Meanwhile, Ant-Man, Spider-Gwen, and all these other, so many of these other series, the Revenge of Cosmic Ghost Rider, they all just get pushed to digital and phased out. which I have no problem with them getting phased out. I have no problem with that. I mean, Marvel's a little heavy on a lot of the books, but it's not just these that need to be canceled. There's a whole lot of other stuff that they've got brewing that they could easily, like this whole Empire junk they got there. These things, these event things that they do, they seem to have to do, 3, 4, 5, 6 events a year. You need to get rid of that stuff, man. Like even the one big event a year, just no, no. How about no? How about maybe an event, maybe every other couple? How about you like get these characters and concentrate on their individual story? And hey, I'm just a fan here. I'm not an editor or anything like that. I don't work in the comic industry. But how about you just concentrate on the characters and writing these good books, these really great books? I mean, because they got good books, but like great books that suck me in and make me want to read month after month after month. Make me want to read, not just I read. Okay, there's a difference. But just like do that, concentrate on these, and then once you've got some good storylines going, then you can start to sort of mix and mingle them all back in together into a larger story. They can have their own little story arcs where they have stuff. I mean, we do see that where miniseries come out and stuff like that. You can continue with the miniseries. As a matter of fact, I would suggest it because Marvel seems to do miniseries really great a lot of times. They really do. There's a lot of miniseries that actually end up being pretty decent. So I don't know. That's just if you ask me. Now I'm not saying all of their events, all of their mini stories or anything. I'm not saying they're all great, but there are quite a bit of them that are pretty decent. So yeah, I don't know, guys. Like I said, let me know what you think down in the comments below about about this comic book stuff, and we're gonna get into a little bit more stuff. There's some drama in the comic industry, guys. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about that. I want to get your guys' opinions on it. Did you guys hear? Did you guys hear about? Oh man, why all of a sudden I forget his name? Warren Ellis? Was it Warren Ellis? Yeah. Did you guys hear about him? Did you guys hear about Warren Ellis and what happened? If you did hear about Warren Ellis and all of his drama, please let me know down in the comments below. I'm going to get here into the comments, say what's up to everybody, and then we'll get back into that drama. Because really what I want to touch upon and ask of you guys is more of what your opinions are on this, more so than mine. Because like I have my feelings about it, but I want to know from you guys, and I'll share my feelings on it too. But it's just when it comes to these kinds of things, I have some questions. You know what I mean? About where the lines are drawn. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in here. And I know people are gonna have strong feelings about some of the stuff, but hey. Okay, Block Wheels, he deserves it. Let's go with Batwings coming out of the head. Elizabeth, okay. It still looks like Bart. I believe it was called Star Wars Chicken Supreme. Thor has been dope. Yeah, it has. It has really been good. It has. I've enjoyed it. Gonna go back and reread the other books to get ready. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and that's the thing, gotta catch back up and kind of really get back into it. And plus, I think that's a good thing to do anyway, which is something I want to do with another story arc that's happening right now as well. If you guys say so, I'll have to check out Thor. Yeah, definitely check out Thor. It's definitely worth the read. I'm catching up on all the old X-Men books right now, and so I don't have time to read the new books, but I'm going to take time so I can review videos on a few titles that are not Marvel. Yeah, there you go. I'm a little biased on the Thor thing because I love Thor thing because I love Thor and have been reading the 4 books since Avengers Disassembled, basically. And Crazy Panda says nothing wrong with being a weenie, right? I'm ready for. Oh man, Year Zero, one of my new favorite books. Yeah, Year Zero is pretty good. Year Zero is good. Now, when it comes to all of those books, I basically read The Resistance all up through issue 4. I've read all of Hotel through issue 3 and part of issue 4. I've read Red Border, I think all of issues 1 and 2 and part of 3 and 4. Which other one? Old Haunts. I read issue 1 and 2, which is another one that just came out last week. Which other one? Year Zero. I think I read issues 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, but I read all of them. Like I said, I spent this weekend in the Axelverse reading all of these books. Some pretty good stuff. White Widow looking thick. Yeah. Looks like Getty clone Star Wars. I'm sold. Gindi. The IDW Star Wars Adventures books are really fun. Yeah. Adam is a toxic man, baby. Wow, Trinity is an anti-hero. Yeah. We were in the comments section. They were talking about something I put. Adam is a toxic man, baby. I was just all joking around. They were laughing about it on the stream. They seen it and was laughing about it. I think it was on Adam's stream. Like sometime last week. Yeah, I thought it was all funny. It was all a joke. I swear. Scruffy Nerf Herder says, but they have to end on the middle of the arc to drive you to their new digital service. I don't agree with it, but I understand the move they're making, and it's possibly a smart one on their parts. No. See, that's the thing is they don't have a new digital service. They don't have They've had the digital service. They've had that. They've had it the whole time. It's not to get you to their new digital service. They've had it there the whole time for you to buy the new comic books or anything. No, and it's not even about that. Like it's completely nonsensical to do that at the very end of I would say at the end, let alone the middle of a story arc like that. It's completely not smart, knowing that their audience, most comic readers like to have the digital or the physical copies. You know, I realize people do read comics digitally and all that, and I'm not saying that people don't, and that people don't just read digital, but the thing is most comic readers most of them want their physical copies. So therefore, you just all you have to do is put out that last issue, those last 2 issues, those last 3 issues. That's really about it, and just finish it out. That's it. To me, it's dumb because you can see how it makes me act. It makes me act like Adam. What's up, Perp Minded? How you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Wayne Moore says, I love Spider-Ham. Yeah, Spider-Man is great. The future is digital, and as a musician and comic enthusiast, it sucks. Oh yeah, I totally hear you. Well, the future is digital, but here's the thing is, it's gonna go digital, yeah, but print comic books aren't gonna go anywhere. A lot of the physical media, like, it's gonna phase out and it's gonna be pretty much like harder to find, but it's not going anywhere. Like, even records are making a comeback. The thing is, it's just gonna be harder to find. That's really about it. I don't think that they're going to like digital. And here's really the ultimate thing. The ultimate thing is this: digital isn't going to kill print. Okay, it's not going to kill it. It's been around for a while. It hasn't happened. The only thing they need to do with the digital though is make it affordable, because paying $3.99 for a comic book that I can pay to get the print for, not gonna do it. I am not gonna do it. That's why I'm not gonna buy the Hawkeye, the Hawkeye Freefall. I'm not gonna buy those other ones and I thought the Revenge. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because it's pointless. It's pointless for me to do that. And I'm not buying the trade paperbacks of them either, because I don't care that much about them. I just had I was getting the physical. If I have the print copies, why do I need, because I'm not. For me, they're not collector's items. So I if it's one I really like, I'll go buy the trade paperback. Like Black Widow, No Restraints Play, and those are mostly because I had the writers. Yeah, Jen and Sylvia Soska, they signed them. Anyway. But yeah, it does suck. I will never go digital. If comics go digital completely from any company, I won't buy them anymore from that company. I support the digital industry, but to a degree, but much rather have physical. Well, I mean, what if they go digital on single issues and then they put out trade paperbacks? See, because I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them doing single digital copy. The only thing I would say is that digital copy better not cost me $3.99 a book. It better not cost me $3.99 a book. $1.99 I'm okay with. Going much more than that, you're pushing it. You're pushing it. If you're going just digital and put out a trade paperback later, I'm okay with that. But those single issues better not be over $1.99. I'm not doing it. I guess I'll just have to wait for the trade paperback. except for maybe Neon Future and Hexagon. I'll totally give Impact Theory a pass just because I love those damn books. Wayne, I agree. Right up until they cancel an arc, I'm reading in the middle of it, and I need to know how it ends. Right? Yeah. I know, and that's what I'm saying. It sucks. Iron Two Skills, thank you so much for being here. Says, what's up, Trinity? I need tips to make passive income. Passive income. I mean, really, if you want to make passive income, you gotta find something that, and it depends on if you. A lot of times for that kind of stuff, you gotta invest in something like, maybe it's one of those MLMs out there or anything like that. That you have to get into for some of that, or you could like here on YouTube. The thing is the most important thing is adding a value for people. We're adding a value. But there's a lot of things that you could do for passive income. It's ridiculous. And you know what? Honestly, you should probably, instead of making a passive income, what you should probably focus on is making an income from doing something that you really like doing, and focus on that. It's totally smart. Stop being a toxic man, baby. People have been saying digital going to take physical out for like 15 years now. Yeah, absolutely. Chillmonger says digital doesn't scare me. Yeah, me neither. I just don't like for me with the comic book thing. What they're doing here, like you're bending me over. You're bending me over, and I'm not bending over. Dang it. What's the art look like in the White Widow book? Because I'm almost sold on just the cover. It's very similar. It's very similar. It's very similar to what's there. I've got some of the issues here. I could show you, or go back and watch. Wookie, go back and watch. I've got. I should have a playlist, but just type White Widow on in my thing, and you'll find it there. I've got it. I would buy the trade paperbacks if that's the only way I could get a physical. Yeah, totally agree on the dollar. Yeah, for the single issues. Yeah. How to make passive income? OnlyFans. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, OnlyFans could be it. You know what? LB actually has a very good point here, because you know what? I hate to tell you, but I probably shouldn't say it. I probably shouldn't say what I'm about to tell you. Okay? But what we're getting ready to talk about anyway, we might as well just get into it. Okay. You know how all those little cam girls on Twitch and all that stuff, and even the girls on OnlyFans, they get all the money for doing the things they do on camera? People will pay guys to do the same thing, to see guys do the same thing. All you got to do is start the OnlyFans, listen to LB. He knows what he's talking about. I'm just saying. They might even pay you more. Hey. Little rouge. Some lipstick. Next thing you know, you raking in the dough. LB's not steering you wrong here. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but people do it. People do it. And I wouldn't blame you. Sure, you could. Sure. Somebody gonna pay you money to do that? Do it. You're doing it through your computer? Hey. You don't have to do anything too lewd. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Kind of. Because people do it. That's what I'm saying. I'm kind of kidding because people actually do it. Don't act like you don't know they don't do it. He says OnlyFans.com/Second Street Marvel. No. It's not there. I swear. Hardcover books as in novels that are words only. Oh, wait. The difference between digital music and Blu-rays is comic books are printed art. You listen to music and watch and listen to film. It's just like there will always be hardcover books. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm not paying for... Yeah, Wookie, you're not paying money for that, but there's plenty of sickos out there who will. I don't know. I wouldn't even say they're sickos. That's just what they're into. They're not even sickos. They're just... Hey, you do you, man. You do you. That's all I'm saying. You do you. All right. There's no shame in that. I don't have any problem. I don't have people issues with people in certain industries that people other have problems with. I have no problem. Hey, whatever makes you money, whatever you need to do, as long as you're not hurting anybody, do it. Do it. Okay. With an oh no, pay Trinity to read comics to you while wearing an Iron Man thong. With an IR Tony side. You want me to like I'll get it and I'll tie it up. I'll tie it all. You guys are crazy. All right, guys. Now, guys, the one thing I want to get into next. Have you guys heard about this thing going on with Warren Ellis? Now, if you guys don't know, Warren Ellis, I won't confess to know a whole lot about the guy. As far as I know, he was a writer. I'm not sure if he's actually an artist. He does art or anything like that for books as well. If you know a little bit more about that. But anyway, what happened recently here over this last week or so was like a lot of people, a lot of women started coming forward about being how would you say victimized by Warren Ellis, by him, flirting with them online and doing more. Possibly, I won't confess to know the whole story, but we see the same thing has happened a lot with a lot of people out there, a lot like different comic creators, different people in the movie industry, and things like that. People using their how would you say positions of power. Maybe not for coercion, but saying, getting people access and things like that. Now, apparently, he had been one of these guys. He one of the first guys doing comic creators doing podcasts and all these kinds of things. There's a whole stable of creators that he worked around in the comic book industry. Well, recently, a lot of these ladies came forward with stories about him and just kind of how he was, how he would groom them, and be getting, like all the sexting and all of that stuff, right? So there's a group that they started. I'm not sure if it's a Reddit group or where they have it, but they've got a group of 50 plus women, the last I heard, who are coming together talking about all their experiences with Warren Ellis and what he has done in his past. Now, recently, what's her name? Uh, was it Kelly Thompson? Got on her got on Instagram and she did like this 20-minute long video about it. I didn't watch all the video about it where she's talking about Warren Ellis and her experiences with him and things like that. Now they all kind of had their different experiences with them, and obviously we know he's a guy and he was, they were doing, flirty stuff. They are all consenting adults. Okay? They're all consenting adults. But there was a lot of these things going on with him where he was using, I wouldn't say using his influence and things like that, but obviously probably making promises to these young ladies and things like that in exchange for, as far as I know, I don't know that anything like physically sexually actually happened, but there was stuff like that going on, all these sexual things going on, probably pics and things like that. Now, you can go look into this story. I would highly suggest you do. This really isn't what I want to talk about. This isn't like the conversation, okay? What Warren Ellis did, because the thing is here, he issued a letter, it was a weird apology letter, like not like he defended himself and said he was sorry, but kind of like almost like not sorry kind of thing. Like when it comes to these kinds of things, it's really tricky how you navigate them. And no matter what he says or no matter what he does is going to make anything all right. Really, when it comes for me, if you ask me, I think really all he really has to do is come out, apologize, and that's about it. If you address any more than that, you're just giving too many people firepower for things. But I want to know from you guys. When it comes to these things, because we see a lot some of these things. Recently there was another person here in the nerd community, one of these scoopers who had some allegations and things against him. Now my question is because I always ask this in these kinds of things because it's a really tricky situation, is it not? Where does the line of responsibility for these things go? when people get into these kinds of situations, because don't even apologize, just ignore. People need to stop playing victims. Now, yes, now here's the thing, and that's what I want to get into here, LB, is where does that line fall at? Because while and that's where, and that's really where the things get tricky, is he was making these advances and things online, and obviously he's an adult, they're adults, they played into it too. Anything that happens, and that's why and that's why I say, like, because while I think that they're all adults here and everybody kind of plays their part, I would never want to think, because in a lot of situations, like where things are really serious, like, you don't also don't want to go into the victim blaming neither. But where does the line fall at, where the blame, I mean, who gets the, like, where is that? You know what I mean? Like, for these things, because I wouldn't say that it's necessarily the person's fault. All these women who are coming out about Warren Ellis, or any of these other celebrities or anything like that. This stuff has come out of, where you have these consenting adults coming together. Now, where's the line drawn of personal responsibility here? Because even if he is using his position of, like, here's, and that's the thing, if he's using his position of power to get things, for, whether it's sexting or any other kinds of things, and he's making these promises to these ladies, of, for, access or whatnot, just, all those things that you see going on out there. Where is the line drawn of the responsibility thing? Because I always wonder this, because, like, while I do feel that he's wrong for doing that in the first place, so there was already the line. He drew the line there of here, hey, like, right here, you want to send me some nudes or any of that kind of stuff. But they play into it too, right? Where, like, obviously they could have just stopped it right there. So there's that in the first place. They played into it, but he's the one who presented it in the first place, right? Where does that line draw? Where's that line drawn to how much somebody plays into it, to after somebody presents it, and where it becomes like, appropriate or inappropriate is really what it comes down to. Because to me, the thing is, here with what's going on with Warren Ellis, is a lot of these things that he did are all done with between consenting adults. Now, him promising people, like, advancement in careers and stuff like that, like, that's wrong in the first place. But also, we see that this has happened so many times over and over for years, between people, like this, and in the hierarchy of things that has happened. Where does all that line fall, to where, you could, as the person, just put your foot in the ground and not even play along. You could, when he first sends that email out, you could just be like, no, dude, you've got it wrong. you know Now, obviously, some of these people want to advance their careers, so they're willing to, dip their toes in the water a little. But it becomes one of those kinds of things where you dip your toe in the water a little bit, but next thing you know, you're fully in the pool, sitting there swimming. You know what I mean? So where is that line, do you guys think? Because I always ask myself when it comes to these kinds of things, because while there's probably some validity to it that this guy is probably just a turd anyway, when it comes to these kinds of things, being a little creepy. Maybe he might not even be a turd, but being a little creepy, and, like, because to me, like, dude, like, look, come on, guys, like, I'm in my 40s. Like, I hear, I've got friends who are younger than me and all this stuff, on Facebook, and I hear, so some of these girls talking about how these guys, like, hit them up and say, hey, what's up? Next thing you know, they're just sending them dick pics, and I'm like, I'm not really into that. I'm not really into the sending nudes thing neither. Like, a chick sending nudes and all that stuff. Like, there's, what, you can find pornography on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I don't know. I'm not into the whole sexting thing. So I think that's probably why I don't get it, and I kind of wonder, because to me it takes two to tango when it comes to that kinds of stuff. But like, for me, I think the personal responsibility is drawn at somebody presents it, you just stop it right there. But you play along. At what point does it become inappropriate once you played along? You know what I mean? Like you already accepted so far, and then how, where, like, at some point, and that's the thing, is when you're coming to know somebody, and this is true in friendships and relationships, is especially when you're first getting to know somebody, is setting boundaries, right? So maybe they may have got into this whole thing, without setting boundaries, because maybe they were like, oh, hey, maybe they really had an interest and they thought they were going to be in a relationship with somebody. And that's kind of when, a lot of people let things go. Like, oh, hey, I like this person. They like me. They got interest. I got interest. So, you send them booby pics. You send them dick pics. Whatever they do, right? So where is that line drawn? I always wonder, because like I said, I'm not. I would never want to diminish somebody's voice, but I would also not want to just completely come out and pile on somebody who's doing something, while might be a little bit not while might not be my thing, and might be a little bit weird. They're consenting adults, right? I just wonder about that kind of stuff, because like for me, I like to hear the whole story. I'm not gonna completely I won't make judgments on all this kind of stuff, because for one, I don't know the whole story. The only person who knows the whole story are the people involved, right? So I don't know, like where for you guys, where does the line draw on some of that stuff? Because like I said, for me, they're consenting adults. Now he is kind of being sick, weird, and creepy, like doing that, just because that's not my thing. Like saying, hey, what's up, sending me some pics of your boobies. I'll uh I'll send you some nuts in the mail. you want you want to review my latest comic book? You know what I mean? Like and I'm not trying to make light of it, but where is that line drawn? Because like I said, if they're adults, aren't we all to blame when it comes to that kind of stuff? Because it's not like what we're talking about here is like he went and he did anything, as far as I know, that I read, like physically went and made them do stuff they didn't want to do. As far as I know, none of that stuff happened. So, to me, while doing stuff that I don't agree with and I don't do, I don't know that it's something that somebody needs to be hung in the, in public opinion, because consenting adults went ahead and played along with stuff. But however, there is obviously this thing too, using, having his position of power that he claims that he didn't know he had, in offerance for other, in exchange of not even, and that's the thing, is in exchange of services, not even exchange of services, because as far as I know, nothing like that went down. But you know what I mean? Like, you guys know what I mean. I know you guys know what I mean. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because that's like to say that I've never been at work and been at a job and had, any of those, flirted with a girl, or we've, flirted or anything like that, or had, certain conversations, while in a work environment. Lots of people have been through this, right? Nowadays, it's like sexual harassment and stuff, and all those kinds of things. And hey, man, like I said, you're with when you're at work, you're with a lot of these people throughout the day, and if there's ever anything inappropriate that happens, and not all people are good about doing it, you know, just always be that person willing to say, like, hey, man, like, I draw the line there. Just don't. And that's okay. If somebody don't like it, that's their problem, not yours, because you should always speak up for yourself and say how you feel to that person if somebody goes to do something like that to you. But I'm that kind of person that is willing to say something. Not everybody is like that, you know. Not everybody's like that. So I don't know. That's just me. But let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below, and we'll get in through some of that, and then we'll yeah, and that'll be the end of the stream. Um, shirt. Brian McCann says, "Where is drunk 3PO?" I don't know. Who knows? He probably park hopping. He probably park hopping somewhere. Wookie says, come on, they're sickos, but it's okay. Okay to be some kinds of sicko these days. Alois says, "You're not wrong. Chicks can simp just as hard as dudes can. You just gotta have good merch and a handsome face." Oh man. Yeah, right. Yeah, LB says drunk. He's drunk. I'm just a sicko, but I buy the physical copy, then read the digital. Yeah, you know what? I kind of do that too sometimes on some of them. You could make a fortune doing those videos in a Myrtle character. Oh, I know. I've thought about it. I would totally do it Myrtle. That's because you don't want to damage the comic book. Yeah, absolutely. That's why. Drake made a prom wave appearance in Lethal's chat this morning. Nice. Warren Ellis is an amazing writer. I've only read a couple of his stories. I don't know. I mean, I know he writes, but I wasn't sure if he did art too or not. Don't even apologize. Just ignore people. Need to stop playing victims. Yeah. Hold up. He current on the chat. Wait a minute. Someone being a wreck has no bearing on whether they're good artists or writers. Yeah. This will blow over soon enough. I literally had to defend one of my favorite bands from a stalker. Had to defend one of my favorite bands from a stalker who made fake allegations against the singer because she was stalking him. They claimed they were from Chicago and made up a story. Adults using each other to get something. Shocker. Absolutely. I researched and they were from St. Louis and it was all BS and meant to damage the band and ruin their career. Yeah. It happens. People are turds, man. Line drawn when the person doesn't engage. Right. And that's the thing I say is why just like when it comes to those kinds of things, just don't engage with it. Just do not engage. Just like I always say too, don't engage weirdos. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Am I late? What did I miss? A lot, Eric Heine. You missed a lot today. I'm asking the same questions you are. Right. Yeah, and that's what I say because like in this situation with Warren Ellis, they're all adults. They're all consenting adults. Okay. And that's not meant to diminish that somebody feels like they were wrong. Hey, the thing is like, where's the line between the personal responsibility and it all? Where's there has to be a line somewhere, and that's the tricky thing. That's the tricky thing. Because like I said, like somebody like me, I'll happily say something like, "Fool, you better just stop." I'm not put like, and believe me, I know plenty of women who do that same shit too. They'd be like, "Fool, you better not even be playing around." But I know plenty of people who just be like, "Oh yeah," just play along or whatnot. Again, it's all about setting boundaries. If you ask me, within your personal relationships with people. My Wi-Fi drops out more than I can face. Stupidest part was when they wrote an article about a friend of a friend being attacked at a show, and I was at with my 10-year-old and talked to them at the time. This supposedly happened. Huh? Yeah. Is this the Karen complain hour? No. What's up, Snowdub? Line drawn at text-mexting. Text-mexting. Oh man, yeah, that text-mex, man. I don't know, man. You know what? I like me some Tex-Mex, though, right? If Warren Ellen presents it and his advance was accepted, then sorry, I can't help any of these ladies. Right. And that's kind of the thing, and at the same time, I don't know. But see, and that's the thing, same thing at the same time, like, is like, should you be making that advancement anyway? Because I think most of us that have had experience in these kinds of things, relationships at work, with work partners and stuff like that, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work well. I say that being practically married to a woman that I used to work with. I thought you were in your 30s. Nah, man. 40s, man. I tell new artists I work with not to engage with fans when touring starts again. Cancel culture is the modern Salem witch trials. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Eli. Honestly, zoned out for a second. I have no idea how we got here, says Will Morgan. News are lazy. If you're going to send that crap, at least do a trick. I don't want to verge into victim blaming either, but those girls should have known better too. If they wanted a standard, they should have upheld the standard. Yeah, and yeah, I was gonna say, and that's kind of where and I guess that's kind of where what I'm talking about here, Alois, is where is that line drawn? Because like, see, like they played into it too. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not all on them. Okay. While they may have been victimized, it's not all on them. It's really on him because he engaged in that type of behavior in the first place. They're consenting adults. So that's where, that's really, because like while I believe they've probably been victimized, to what degree is complete another thing. Like, if it's just like, say you're sending somebody nudes, you've only been exposed to the point you're sending your boobies or your butt or your ching ching shots to some dude. Okay, I mean, I can't even say that because I was gonna say the level of dignity to somebody doing that. I can't even say that because that's to say that people shouldn't be doing porn and shooting, doing photo shoots and doing any of that stuff. And because that's not right neither. Because some people make careers of doing that stuff, and hey, I'm okay with that. So, and that's really what it comes down to: is where is, and I mean, really, are there any lines? Like, what is the line? Is there a line? Should there be lines? It's consenting adults. It's consenting adults. And I guess really it comes down to what did he offer them if they thought that he was offering something for these advancements or whatnot, credits or anything like that. I guess that's really what it comes down to. Digital comics to nudes. Did I miss miss a segue? Yeah, yeah, you did. Like, you don't have to respond to a text message. Absolutely. Comic writer is being accused. Yeah, yeah. Well, and the thing is, like, at this point, as many people as there are, I'd say it's beyond accusations. But to what degree is the seriousness of it all? Like I said, go check out the stuff for yourself. It's really more about where is the line of personal responsibility for those type of things. I mean, because really it starts with the person making the first interaction. Putting the advancement out there. For one, if because, like, if somebody's making an advancement towards you and you don't like them, you don't engage. I mean, I've had, though probably not often, I've had chicks, flirt with me that I'm not interested in. They flirt with you and they're making advances or whatever. You're just like, hey, like, I'm not down with that. Like, you're all right, but like, hey, it's all good. I just don't like you like that. I don't want to, been there, right? Been there. It's not hard. That doesn't mean that you can't still be friendly with them and be friends or anything like that. All you did was just say, hey, like, I don't like you like that. Like, you're cool peeps, but, eh, eh, right? Of course, I know dudes who don't care about that. They would be like, hey, I get my little dingling wet. Hey, let's do it. And then they Warren Ellis themselves. They Warren Ellis themselves. Oh, man. Um, Yeah, no one forcing you. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the advice I give, LB. Also, don't even trade numbers in the first place. Yeah. Yeah. No one forcing. Yeah. I don't want anyone sending me pics of their dick. That's where I'm standing on that line. Yeah. But I mean, booby pics you would like, right? Well, damn, Wookie. There goes my next question for you. I'd rather you didn't. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. Um, but it's really beautiful. I even drew pictures of flowers on it. I see your Schwartz is the same as mine. Oh man. The weird close-up vag pic is bad too. Oh man. Oh man, you guys are cracking me up. OP slash. Oh, thanks for being here, OP slash. It always says, what's that saying? Never mix work with pleasure. It never ends well. Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. Don't keep your home over DM. Oh man, Wookie, come on, man. Always speak up for that. Always speak up for that kind of stuff. Yeah. Female YouTubers hit me up all the time. What can't they understand is I'm on. What can't they understand is I'm only right. Oh, yeah. What's so hard about that? Then when they get rejected, talk about me on streams and call me incel. Oof, you terrible man. You know what I would be calling you? I can't say it I can't say it here on stream, but it involves the F word. The problem is when the fans, regardless of gender, do weird stuff towards people they like, and they regret it when they get older, and they say we're victims. Yeah. Never had a female YouTuber reach out, but this is the shit that will keep me from it. Yeah, 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 absolutely. And see, and for me, dude, like, I'm not online. I'm not looking for. I'm not here doing this looking for a girlfriend. Like, I'm married. I've got kids and all that stuff. Well, I'm not married, but we're practically married, right? We've got the farm. We've got the hens. We've got the chickens. Yeah, there's a difference, people. We've got the cows. We've got the barn. We've got the house. We've got the whole plot. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. Like I'm not here looking for. I'm not here looking for that. I like Tiger too. I think they're beautiful, but I don't want one living inside my house. Women are no different. Oh man, yeah, I'm paranoid. Yeah, yeah. Better to be name called than in hot water. Absolutely. Text-mexing is a joke from Parks and Recs. I love text-mex. Oh, okay. I don't watch Parks and Rec. I don't watch Park. I have to check that out. Look into that. Text-mexing, huh? Oh, right, comics. What does the art in the White Widow book look like? What does White Widow look like? Let me find it here. Here you go, Wook. Now they do have a different artist on in the books than they do. Like Jamie Tyndall still does some of the work in the books than they do than the regular artist they have, but that's the art right there. Um, show you a little bit more. Yeah. So yeah, no. Wookie, yeah, no, it's got hot voluptuous chicks in it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They've got hot voluptuous chicks in it. She is basically her name is Gabby Garcia, and what happened was her parents worked in this research facility. They were working on this thing with this white widow spider because their daughter actually had this condition, and they were working on this thing. Well, anyway, they were working on this research with this white widow and how it kind of regenerated itself to heal itself, and then all of a sudden they had nanobots and stuff like that. So she's got like a symbiotic nanobot suit. I know. It sounds like she's like Peter Parker, Venom, kind of. It's all kind of like that. But guys, like when it comes to superheroes, really, like, is there anything really original out there left to do? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that. It's not bad. And here's the thing: is they've actually got some other books that they're going to do. I would love to read some of these other books. But again, a lot of them are on crowdfunded things, and like when you're doing those, they're expensive, man. Like you know, like if you like a crowdfunding comic, you pay $10 for the comic. Chances are you probably gotta pay $10 for shipping. That's a little bit much. It's a little bit much. But I believe next month or in the next month or two, they're actually going to be putting out a trade paperback, a collected edition of the first arc of White Widow as well. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Now, um, yeah, I like I said, I recently read issue number 4. It's a pretty interesting story. It's not bad. Like the first one I ever read was issue number 2, and I basically read it without reading issue number 1. So it was a little kind of like silly to me because I was kind of like, man, it just seems like Spider-Man, Venom slash Miles Morales, but female. Um, because one of the things I was laughing about was like her best friend in this book, almost like in some of the comic books that I've seen, almost looked like Genki Lee, like her female friend. But no, it's I mean it's pretty cool. It's different. Like I said, they've got these superheroes that they're genetically modifying and stuff like that. It's been a pretty good book. It's been a pretty good book. Yeah, definitely check it out, Wookie, if you get a chance. If you get a chance. Um, Trinity, wow. Trinity sending widow pics, right? Trinity, have you seen the new Bad Boys for Life? I heard that it was really awesome. I thought Bad Boys for Life was pretty good. Me and LB did a stream talking about it a while back after it came out. I thought it was a decent movie. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It really had that Michael Bay feel to it. What about all the groupies in the 60s, 70s, and 80s? We still love those legendary bands. They aren't in trouble for anything they didn't like. They didn't like slaves and kidnapping. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Pleasure works. Fantastic. What I missed there? Eric Heine, yes, I remember you reviewed it on a stream with me. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's insane. Timed out. Oh no, Dixie, did you get timed out again? Oh man, did you get timed out again, Dixie? Did I miss it? Who's always times outing Dixie? These new publishers replacing Diamond should work with indie books to make it more affordable. They'll be helping each other. Yeah, possibly. Ooh, possibly. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for today's video. Again, like I said, there's some comic books coming out. Let me know what you think about some of those comic books. How, the ending in the middle of the arc thing, man, it's just messed up. And let me know what you think about the other thing, like the Warren Ellis thing. Please, I invite you, go look it up on Twitter. You can even find on Instagram people talking about Warren Ellis. Just go look it up. Go look up the controversy. My real question is, where to you does that line of personal responsibility come in at? You know what I mean? Because none of us want to victim shame or anything like that. But where does the line of personal responsibility come in there? I just want to know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. Yeah, I'd greatly like to know your guys' input on things like that, because everybody feels a little bit differently about these kinds of things. So, like I said, I'd like to know what your thoughts are on it down in the comments below. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for this video today. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, click the little bell and all of that good stuff. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, feel free to give it a thumbs down. It's all good. It won't hurt my feelings, I swear. But while you're at it, make sure you share it with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the Second Street Marvel. You all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your week. Go out and read some awesome comics, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.